Good afternoon, guys. Happy Friday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I'm going to try and keep today's vlog short because I am really starting to run out of space to store footage. I really need to just finally get some vlogs edited, and I really think I'm going to try and start doing that like next week. Hopefully get myself back on a good sleep schedule, and then when Matthew is sleeping until noon, because he has been, and Jack will be back in school next week, I can hopefully upload during the day. It just stinks. It's really hard to try and do it while they're awake, only because if like the two of them are playing online like with their friends and stuff like that, because they both have Xboxes upstairs, so if the two of them are doing that, plus I'm trying to upload, it normally, honestly, the uploading normally is what really slows down the internet, like super slow, which I encode my videos and everything like that too, so they don't take that long, which is a good thing. But again, if I'm behind, I have to upload a couple, so you know, it's normally just like takes longer if I'm behind. You know, if not, it's like, oh, it's like 10 minutes or something like that. You know, sometimes they're not very long to upload, especially if I encode them, but it still slows down the internet like ridiculously slow. And I think one of my dad's New Year's resolution goals, my mom made him like a list of like things to get done and stuff like that around the house, but I believe one of them is to contact our internet provider, because my dad believes that all of the wiring inside of our house is super new and up to date, because my dad actually was the one that like reran all this stuff when we pretty much got cable. I don't think it was when we got cable, but it was when we got AT&T, which we used to have Comcast, and then we switched and got AT&T. But the biggest problem with both of them, guys, so it's not like, oh, like we like this one more than the other, but with both internets, granted, when we had Comcast, we weren't like, honestly, I don't even think we had like any, like there's no video games that anybody played online, because like, you know, to have like slowed down the internet or anything like that. Like we had just like basic like internet that like really, I think my mom was the only one that used our internet regularly, just because like me and Matthew were kind of too small at the time to really even hardly use it. So, like we had a laptop that we were able to play like games on, and like, you know, we were able to go on like some like kid-friendly websites to play games and stuff like that, but it wasn't like, you know, like, oh, people are playing video games online and somebody's trying to upload and stream music and watch, you know, like stream videos and all kinds of other stuff like all at the same time. So not necessarily that like one's better than the other or whatever, but my dad is going to get them to, I don't know if he does it through them or like how he goes about doing it, but our cable from the pole to our house is, I guess, what's really old, and because like my mom was looking at, my mom like was not necessarily on the same page, I think, for a really long time, until she was asking some of her other like friends and stuff like that, like what their internet speed was running at. And you know, you can like go and check your internet speed, and so she went and checked ours, and she's like, ours is running at like a literally like fractions of what other people's normally run at. And my mom's like, and I'm trying to run a business, plus too, we can't just enjoy ourselves and like play stuff, you know, and like upload and you know, do all that kind of stuff without the risk of like, you know, and we have a really good router too. I think I was telling you guys when we got it, it was at the time, which this was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, which again isn't super out of date, but it was like one of the like not super top of the line. I think it was like a Nighthawk or something like that, which those are apparently supposed to be really good. And Matthew's like, everybody uses these kind of ones for like video games, streaming, that kind of stuff. It wasn't one of the super expensive ones, but it wasn't the cheapest one either. So, you know, I don't know like if that's good nowadays, but at the time, like Matthew, and we kind of looked into it too, like to see if it was pretty good, and because somebody was getting rid of one of theirs for a newer one that was actually brand new. So the one we got was brand new. We just had to get it all hooked up and everything like that. So we ended up doing that, and again, it's not too old, but our internet is still like garbage. So yeah, anyways, my dad's going to try and get that done at some point this year, to try and get them to do like new cable or whatever needs to happen from like our house to the pole. So yeah. But like I said, so that's probably one of my main reasons, because like I'll hear them playing upstairs, and sometimes too, if they are playing and streaming and stuff like that, not only does it slow it down for them, but if they're still trying to do it while I'm uploading, then my upload ends up taking way longer, or sometimes it like will stop uploading, and just like, you know, like I literally can't really plan that well both at the same time. So if I can get up earlier, like next week while Matthew's still home, but Jack will be at school, because normally Jack will get up like early and play video games, and then Matthew will be up like all night playing video games. So like I can't find any time in between to like upload or, you know, like do anything like that. But if I can get up hopefully early enough, then I can try and upload like during the day. And I was like, honestly, it's not gonna be that big of a deal if I'm like, oh, I gotta upload 2 videos real quick or whatever. Like, you know, it's gonna take me like 15 minutes or, you know, a half hour or something like that, versus, you know, like uploading a whole bunch of them all at one time. But yeah, hopefully I can find more time during the day to be able to get that done. So yeah, with them going back to school. But too, guys, I was telling you guys, I was like, I really need to try and get back on things and getting things done and stuff like that. I did end up doing another 3 loads of laundry, plus I unloaded the dishwasher. I don't think I loaded it back up, but I was really good again about getting stuff done for today. And so yeah, I still have a lot of laundry to do. The bathroom laundry is almost done, but on top of that too, Matthew and Jack decided all at once that they wanted literally almost all of their bedding washed. So to top all of that off, I'm like, now I gotta do extra laundry to try and wash Matthew's 2 comforters and Jack's, you know, his comforter and his blankets. And I was like, you know what, my stuff probably should be washed too. So it's like literally everything all at once, and like not just laundry that I've been behind with, and then the holidays too, where it seems like everybody's changing their clothes like 3 times a day. You know, like on Christmas you got Christmas pajamas, which I changed probably 2 or 3 times on Christmas, because I wore pajamas to sleep, which I normally just wear shorts to sleep. But then I was like, honestly, if I go out in the living room, I'll probably be freezing cold. So let me put on some comfortable, like, I actually think I just wore leggings maybe, or pajama pants, and like my bathrobe. And so I was like, okay, like this is fine. But then those pajama pants, I had to wash those, plus the actual ones I slept in. Then I changed into actual regular clothes, I think during the day or something. I don't even remember. But like I changed, I think 3 times. I was telling you guys too, even on New Year's Eve, I think I changed my outfit 2 or 3 times. Although I think one of the things I only wore for like 2 hours, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna recycle this and wear it the next day, because I didn't wear it long enough for it to be dirty. So yeah, guys, like I said, during the holidays, it seems like everybody's wearing a lot of clothes multiple times a day, like changing outfits and stuff like that. So it just seems like we have a lot of extra laundry. But yeah, guys, I'm honestly, I'm kind of excited that my dad has this list of stuff to do, because I don't know if I think maybe I've kind of told you guys, or you guys have been able to maybe kind of tell, but I really love doing projects, like home projects. Like, let's paint a room. Let's, like, I don't really like painting. That's a bad example, but, you know, like, let's hang a shelf. Like, let's put, you know, and normally it's stuff that I haven't done before. Like, we got this light, and my mom wants it put in over the sink, so we can have a light over the sink, which is like, that's so cool. Like, we've never had that. So, it's like a can light, you know, and so we're gonna put it right over the kitchen sink, and then be able to turn it on. So, you know, if you're doing dishes there or whatever, you can have the light on, which isn't that big of a deal, because we have one in the right kind of next to the sink anyway. There's 2 lights in the living room, or in the kitchen, plus we also have the one over the stove. But that light, and then also too, my dad was talking about maybe running a light off of the front porch light to an indoor light, kind of in the like foyer area that we have. I mean, it's kind of our living room, but so that light can be on like when you come into the house or when you're leaving or whatever, so that light's on, so that, again, like, you know, it would be on the same like switch. But yeah, my dad was talking about doing that, but like I've never put that in. Like, I don't mind, and obviously my dad kind of needs help with certain things too. I mean, probably do it by himself, but I'm sure it's easier to have another person, if nothing else, is just like holding things, or like, you know, pulling wires, or, you know, whatever kind of thing, you know, helping drop the wires down and stuff like that. And so you know, like, I'm sure that he wouldn't be opposed to that, but like I like doing that kind of stuff, especially things that I haven't done before. Like that would be something that's interesting to me. You know, like we have to build some, we built some of the garden beds. We got 3 of them in, or no, 2 of them in. We were supposed to have 3, we only got 2. But we have to get the rest of the vegetable garden beds in as well. Along with, we also have to build the, my dad's gonna make like, not stands, but like, you know, tables for the greenhouse as well. So we have to get tables built for the greenhouse so that we can build our, so that we can do our crops like either in the winter, or like fall, summer, when we can move some of those plants into the greenhouse when it's a little bit colder or too cold in the spring to plant them in the ground yet. Also to growing them from seeds. But keeping them out in the greenhouse, we have to have somewhere to put them. So we have to build that kind of stuff. So I'm excited about like some of these like projects that we get to look forward to and, you know, get to work on and stuff like that for, you know, the coming months and stuff like that. But it's like the perfect time right now too, because it's cold out, to try and get indoor projects done. Like this is like the perfect timing. So we need to still clean the attic too. That's been one thing that we got like halfway through, and then I feel like people have just kind of taken advantage of the fact that we didn't finish it. So it's like, let's just throw more stuff in the attic, and you know, it's organized, but it's still messy. Like, it was just a disaster. Like, stuff was not in boxes. Things were just laying all over the place. You'd step on everything when you walk through the attic. It was just a complete mess. And me and Matthew got to the point where at least half of the attic, things are in boxes. But now people have started to take advantage of that and just started throwing and shoving more boxes and all kinds of stuff up in the attic. And now it's like, okay, I can't even get to the box that I need to, whereas it was like that you could at least get to what you needed to get to. Now you can't, because there's so much stuff on the side that's organized. The other side that isn't quite as organized is the one that like we need to finish, and then hopefully we can figure out if we have enough space. Plus my dad wants to get storage built in the attic also. So there's a lot of things that like we can get done and things like that. Obviously, you know, it costs some money to get some stuff done, but in other cases not necessarily. Like we have the can light, we just need to put it in, and probably need a switch, but honestly switches are like $5 or $10 I think at like Menards. You can get them pretty cheap. Actually I think they're even less money than that, plus like a plate to go over it, and the box. But yeah, I think that's literally all you need. And honestly, some of them like are just like cents. Like, I mean, you can get nicer ones, but they're just like 97 cents or something, you know, like they're not super expensive. So that's one of the things that we need to try and like get to and get stuff done. But tomorrow we have our family party. So I will probably, I mean, we'll do like Christmas stuff and get Christmas gifts and everything like that. So I'll probably wind up showing you guys that stuff as well. But yeah, that's what we have to look forward to tomorrow. So it's at 1 o'clock. I'm going to bed again super late tonight, guys. Like, yeah, we're staying up late. But you need to try and get to bed so that I can get to this party tomorrow that we're going to have to leave at noon for. So if I'm up at like 10 o'clock, I'll probably wind up being like exhausted because of how late I'm going to bed. And on top of that too, because I will have like hardly any time if I wake up any later than that to get ready to go to the party. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.